Times Now can today tell its viewers that the Congress party is again under the scanner of the income tax department. Navika, even as the Gandhi family is being probed in connection with the Herald scam, fresh details of alleged unaccounted cash reaching Akbar Road from a major private donor in Madhya Pradesh. These details have been unearthed.
That's right. In fact, this is the copy of the income tax report that has been finalized on the 15th of October. And this 408-page report of the income tax department looks at more than 280 crores worth of unaccounted cash that travels from Madhya Pradesh to the Congress headquarters at 24 Akbar Road. And it details these transactions, the people who were involved in it, and how both the Madhya Pradesh Assembly elections of 2018 and the Lok Sabha elections of 2019, Madhya Pradesh played such an important role in financing of the Congress party's entire war chest. That is what we are being given to understand as per the findings of this report. And it's not just major companies, it's companies, government departments, individuals who have been targeted and from where money has been collected, Rahul.
Absolutely, Navika. This dossier that you have been able to access, 408 pages. Now, what is very different about this is that while it names Kamal Nath, it also points to another source of money for the Congress High Command coming in from Madhya Pradesh, from others in the system, who may have or may not have been attached very closely to Kamal Nath, but there was certainly another feeder, according to the Income Tax Department, that was bringing in money to, in fact, Akbar Road. It was being received, and there's digital data, which is according to the Income Tax Department, extremely 100% sure-proof, because what it shows you is that there is geotag locations which show the person who is delivering on that particular day, the amount, and to whom. This is absolutely sensational.
Absolutely. And not only is the money being delivered at the AICC headquarters, the individuals who received this, the phone calls where this is corroborated, the messages where this is corroborated, and the amount of money that is given to the Congress party headquarters is all detailed here. And what is important is, from the mobile tower information, the locations of these individuals have been tracked down, and they have been tracked down to locations which are very, very much within the Latian zone, within the zone of the AICC headquarters. And money that comes from Madhya Pradesh reaches AICC headquarters. Needless to say that this money is in cash, and this cash not really reflected in the ledgers of the Congress.
Yes, according to the Income Tax Department report, there are inconsistencies between what has been entered into the ledgers, the cash ledgers, and these depositions. Now, there are three tranches. Navika, let's just focus on them. October 4th, 2019 was the tranche one last date, February 13, 2019 to October 4th, 2019, and this is 74 crores 62 lakhs, and the breakdown is the following: 21-2-19 5.6 crores, 27-2-19 5.4 crores, 28-8-19 3.75 crores. And we have taken, with so many entries, and you can see them on your screens, viewers, so many entries, we've only taken those which are of substantive amount above 3.25 crores. So you can see that in tranche one, which is in fact worth 74 crores, Navika, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 substantial amounts of money above 3 crores each at one time. And this is all from one private company, isn't it?
You're talking about 74 crores 62 lakhs. There is a tranche 2. That tranche 2 is 26 crores and 50 lakhs. And in this tranche 2, the first is given on 18th of August 3 crores, 22nd of August 5 crores, and then 28th September 2019 another 5 crore. So money pouring in, coming in unaccounted between April 2017 to September 2019. These tranches of money have been given. 5.22 crores is the tranche 3 and 26.5 is the tranche 2, which is 2016 accounting that has been done. And all of these documents where money is coming in is collected by Mr. Varghese, who's the cashier at AICC. When he's not there, other people come in and give it. And these are aides of Mr. Kamal Nath and aides of the Congress party treasurer, as mentioned, and these are detailed depositions. Remember, from 2016 to 2018, when there were raids, and raids were at 52 locations in Madhya Pradesh, all this money was found out, and now it is the depositions of each of these people and the links that they have made to what is money transfer from Madhya Pradesh to 24 Akbar Road.
That's the deposition of PV Sunil. Now, PV Sunil is an individual who has received money, and we can show that to you on the flow chart, really, that we have been able to put together basis this particular report. So basically, viewers, there's a Hyderabad firm. We are not taking the name of the firm because we haven't had the opportunity to confirm from them whether they actually gave this money. According to the IT report, 3 directors from that company were giving out this money to an individual called Sunil. The cash went through Hawala Navika. PV Sunil then goes to the Congress headquarters at Akbar Road, and through subordinates, sometimes himself and sometimes the subordinates, is depositing money in the capacity of an individual connected to the entire larger circuitry of the Congress, to TM Varghese, who's the cashier at the AICC. The exhibit of cash token is also there available. You can see that, viewers, on your screens. That's the image from the IT report of the cash token. So, Navika, there is what one would say digital evidence. There are confession statements. There are affidavits. This looks like a case which is built on a lot of documentation.
That's right. There is money that is coming in from private entities. There is money that is coming in and going through various aides of various politicians and then reaching the Congress headquarters. And it says here, it becomes clear from the above that cash received in account of Praveen Kakkad or R.K. Miglani has further distributed to AICC and Prakash Ji. Now, R.K. Miglani, everybody knows, was the aide, personal aide of Mr. Kamal Nath, who, as the chief minister, had or the incumbent chief minister had R.K. Miglani working with him, and it is during this time, it says 1/4/2019.
Yes.
And this date is important because this is just around the time the elections, the Lok Sabha elections are taking place, and it really details all transactions that have taken account and all the SMSs that have exchanged hands. And in some cases, if we can show those visuals, there are notes which have become...
we just referred to.
Yeah,
yes, they're on your
the
screens.
notes, there are 500 rupee and 10 rupee and 100 rupee notes which are referred to as codes, and somebody has to take that note and the other half of the note is matched, and that's how money is taken and given.
It's a cash
and that's
token.
how...
It's a cash token.
And it has been, written here by the tax department that this is precisely how Hawala transactions take place. So details, nearly 300 pages of details of conversation and then depositions of all of these people of handing over money and picking up money from all these details.
Let's just look at this testimony that is really now instrumental, according to the Income Tax Department, in establishing this entire chain. So they have spoken to PV Sunil. This is a statement to the Income Tax authorities, Navika. The first question is, name a person who delivers cash at 24 Akbar Road. He says, I personally deliver the cash at 24 Akbar Road. So he seems to have confessed to the Income Tax Department. Name a person whom cash is delivered at 24 Akbar Road. I deliver cash to Mr. Varghese, who's the cashier at the AICC headquarters. Navika, this is big because Mr. Varghese has been there for years altogether. He's an octogenarian. He has been known to be very close to the Congress party. Currently, he is in Kerala, Navika. We've been able to establish that. In fact, our reporter is right there outside his residence right now. Then explain what is 24 Akbar Road. Clearly, Sunil says it is 24 Akbar Road refers to the headquarters of the All India Congress Committee, and there is digital evidence also, viewers, which corroborates that. Navika, if you can just take out that geo-tagged evidence, it is very, very interesting because it shows the individual there at that particular date outside the Congress headquarters, geo-tagged and geo-located in that particular area, in that particular address. So I think we'll just be able to bring that out. But viewers, this looks on the face of it like a comprehensive investigation by the Income Tax Department. Navika, of course, the Congress party will need to answer.
Absolutely. And if I can show you these geo-tagged locations given right here. These are the geo-tagged locations. The tower gives you the location and it identifies the latitude and the longitude from which you can find out, and the call date, the timing, everything is given here. The numbers are also listed here. And from this, it has said calls were made between the two on the date, and the tower location of both the persons are in the same area, which further shows that they both met each other, and delivery was made by Shri P.V. Sunil to Shri Vikas Dhingra. The call data between the two is represented below, and all these data are given over here. On another page, there is the detailed information that talks about 20 crores that is handed over in cash at the AICC headquarters by the same gentleman, P.V. Sunil.
Yes.
And this 20 crores, when it is handed over at this location, it clearly says, based on the above facts, it is clear that 72.25 crores was paid to Prakash alias Vikas Dhingra, which was delivered by Shri P.V. Sunil directly as per the dates found recorded in the diary of P.V. Sunil, which is seized and also corroborated by call data and SMSs of Shri P.V. Sunil. And this is how P.V. Sunil was delivering all the cash to 24 Akbar Road, which was the
and
AICC
those are the cash
headquarters.
entries which bear this out, viewers. Look on the right of your screens, you will see the cash entry. This is as per the seized material. Again, all of this is borne out by the Income Tax Department investigation. This is not independently being verified by Times Now. This is as per the statement. So in the statement, P.V. Sunil says that, look, I went, in fact, and I deposited X amount of money. And if you look at the ledgers, the sealed document, that's a seized document, it shows that entry corresponding to the confession. So there seems to be corroborative evidence here. Obviously, all of this will have to be examined by court, Navika, but the Income Tax Department obviously out there and it is putting its credibility on the line by making these very, very sensational claims against the Congress High Command and the Congress quoted.
That's right. Our reporters are joining us on this breaking story. But let me tell you, on page 380 of this income tax report, it says, during the search and seizure operation, loose paper sheets containing details of unaccounted cash were found and seized. Details of cash payments made to AICC 24 Akbar Road. And here it says, 20th April 2017, a sum of 2 crores is given. After that, there is another sum of 1 crore, then 1.5 crore, then 30 crores, 10 crores, and a total of nearly 52 crores is handed over to the AICC headquarters. All of these details are not just the raids and loose sheets of papers, and that's the question I want to ask both Nikunj and Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan joining us, also Bhaptosh joining us on this broadcast. Bhaptosh, I want to ask you, when the raids were conducted, a lot of material was seized. Now, many people will say that diary entries have no bearing on a case, loose papers do not become evidence in a court of law. But here, what the Income Tax Department has done is corroborated each of these entries with the entries, with the WhatsApp calls, with the data locations and the exchange of information, and with the ledger at the AICC which says received so much on so and so date. In such a case, do you think this will stand scrutiny in a court of law?
Well, Navika, it's a very thorough investigation by the Income Tax Department. In fact, raids happened in April last year, and subsequently even the CEC was informed because it happened during the general election. Now, CEC in fact recommended a CBI probe. The details of these income tax documents were shared with CBI, but for some reason the CBI never went ahead and pursued and filed a criminal case as far as these startling revelations are concerned. In fact, the income tax probe also revealed that there were fixed targets that were set up for specific departments as well as ministries by the then Chief Minister Kamal Nath. Animal Husbandry Department was fixed a target in which certain amount of money should have been given, and this clearly showed that Hawala channels were utilized to make sure that Congress party receives illegal funds to finance the election. In fact, they have recorded statement of several people, individual as well as people who were working in different departments of Madhya Pradesh, the then Madhya Pradesh government, and it also corroborated with geotags as well as with WhatsApp chats and WhatsApp calls, which clearly showed that that there was in fact
let's bring in Mohit Bhatt very quickly. Viewers, if you're just tuning in, this is a massive investigation being conducted by the Income Tax Department. A 408-page income tax report accessed by Times Now. Navika is actually reading through it right now as we are speaking. Viewers, suggests that unaccounted cash to the tune of more than 100 crores was deposited at the Congress headquarters in the Union capital in the heart of Latian zone over at least a 3.5-year period in 3 tranches. Money that is unaccounted simply because the Congress, according to the Income Tax Department, has not been able to declare, at least as of now, despite summons and show cause notices, the source of this money. I'm going to go straight across to Mohit Bhatt. Mohit, the Bharatiya Janata Party already beginning to react on this story. What's really the position that is being put forth by them right now?
Well, we'll take that question directly to the chief of the IT cell of the BJP, Amit Malviya. And Amit, this is something shocking. The Times Now has accessed 400-page notes which clearly show that unaccounted cash in tunes of around 106 crore rupees was delivered at the Congress headquarters in Delhi from 2016 to 2019. Now, Income Tax Department has all the testimonies and dossier, and they are probing it. And many times when Congress party was asked to explain this, they were not able to explain this. How do you see this? First reaction.
Well, if you remember, it was in 2016 that demonetization was undertaken. And after that, the Congress party has been constantly criticizing it, obviously because it cleaned up the system of unaccounted black money. But the Congress, known to be comfortable with dealing with black money, obviously now has to answer for this money that has been traced back to their headquarters. Naturally, the question must be asked of Sonia Gandhi, who's the president right now, and before that, Rahul Gandhi, who was the president. It also explains why the Gandhis are insistent that they hold the presidency of the Congress party, even though the party continues to be in terminal decline. It's about the money that is running in the party system, which is largely unaccounted in cash. You look at National Herald, or you look at instances of land grab that have happened under various foundations held by the family, or for that matter in places like Bareilly and Amethi, which have been the Gandhi family's pocket boroughs supposedly for a long time. It just points to the unsatiated greed and hunger that the Gandhis have for money. The Congress is merely a vehicle for them for accumulating this wealth, and it doesn't really matter to them if the party goes in decline or what their workers think about it. But the documents that you have now accessed and the income tax department, the trail that they have uncovered, it needs explaining. And none other than Sonia Gandhi must come out and explain, because she's the party president right now.
Also, Amit, the question over here is that the money was delivered in Delhi headquarters of the Congress party. Now, every time such news comes out, when we have the dossier of the income tax or the other agencies, the Congress party blames the BJP, saying that you are using agencies to chalk out your political vendetta. But we have clearly the dossier which shows that many a times they were asked to come and explain about this money. They did not come. They asked for money, and till October this year, nothing was being explained. From 2016 to 2020, this 106 crore rupees, from where it came, where it went, nothing has been explained by Congress.
Well, the problem that the Congress party has is it thinks that the Gandhis and the party itself is above law. The violation that we saw at the time of National Herald also seemed to suggest that they thought that they will never be caught. The fact is that, like any other political party, the Congress must explain how it is receiving this kind of unaccounted
the Congress
wealth.
must explain, of course, the IT department, and we'll bring you more details of how the IT department was contacting the Congress party at 8 o'clock. Viewers, stay tuned for that, seeking very, very pointed answers to very, very pointed questions that the Congress party was posed. We'll tell you what their responses were at 8 o'clock. But I want to bring in Madhav Das Gopalakrishnan. Madhav, there is, of course, according to the Income Tax Department, a huge amount of material. If you can just take us through this material to substantiate the claim that this cash is unaccounted for, that this cash perhaps came from donors that obviously did not know that the Congress party had no intention, according to the Income Tax Department, of declaring this source of funding, why it was received, why it was brought through quote-unquote Hawala channels by the Congress into the center. Obviously, all of this forms the basis of the IT department, but can you just take us through what the IT department in this report claims?
Absolutely. In fact, Rahul, what is very significant is that 106 crores that was being referred to just now by Mohit Bhatt, it is, of course, the fact that A, its declaration, B, the fact that such a huge sum of money has been received in cash. It's not come in one go, it's come in at least 3 tranches, and let's quickly take you through these tranches. This is 74 crores 62 lakhs that has come between February 13, 2019 and October 4th, 2019. This is tranche 1. Tranche 2 is, of course, of 26 crore 50 lakhs that has come in between August 2016 and September 2016. Within a period of 1 month, those are the transactions. And the third tranche is of 5 crore 22 lakhs, which is between April 2017 and September 2019. The details of that are present over here. The dates and the amounts corresponding of each of these tranches are present over there. What is very, very significant, though, is that this entire amount of about 106 crores, which, of course, although it is spread over several years, still is a huge anomaly. And the question is that in the past, when in fact this question has come up to the Congress party, why have they not been able to give a satisfactory response to the Income Tax Department? That's a question that immediately
comes to mind. I can tell you that this story is being tracked right now by Kamal Nath at his residence. Our reporter has confirmed this. We'll break that in just a few moments. But Navika, let me just bring you in on this, because this report is very intriguing. It covers a substantial period of time. It is divided into at least 3 sections. So the first section deals with a lot of money that is being collected by individuals who are very, very close to Kamal Nath. In fact, Mr. Kamal Nath's name finds a mention on several occasions. So just break this down for us.
That's right. In fact, let me tell you, it's not just Kamal Nath, but it's also an IPS officer in Madhya Pradesh who was posted in Bhopal at the time of the given transactions. Rupees 12.50 crore was kept with him in Bhopal on 28 March 2019. He has also contributed a cash of 25 lakh on the same date. Now, police officers contributing cash, keeping 12.5 crore in their custody, so that it's the safest in a police officer's house. Cash,
So you're saying that this money was kept in a police officer's
I'm
house
not saying
allegedly.
the income tax department.
Allegedly, yes, income tax department.
Is allegedly saying this, and this is said on page 212.
Why don't you read it out, Navika, and hold this up?
I'm not naming the officer because we have not contacted the officer, but the name of the officer is given in this report, and it says an IPS officer in Madhya Pradesh who was posted in Bhopal at the time of the given transaction. Rupees 12.50 crore was kept with him in Bhopal on 28th of March 2019. Now, the date is very important because 28th of March, I think elections were already underway.
Yes.
So this was kept. At that time, the Election Commission would have been watching all transactions, and the Income Tax Department would have been, and the police would have been reporting to the Election Commission. Now, there is an IPS officer who had kept 12.5 crore, and he himself has contributed 25 lakhs according to the slips that have been maintained, the diaries that have been maintained, and according to the Income Tax Department, all of this information is corroborated with diaries and master records held elsewhere in the PCC, in the Madhya Pradesh Congress Committee. All of that, according to the Income Tax Department, here is corroborated. It also says the same payment was earlier recorded in clubbing with another police officer, IPS officer, who also made a cash contribution.
This was when? This was again in March?
This was again in March.
So this is when the poll code would have been in effect, because the first phase, if I'm not mistaken,
10th of
was
March was when polls were announced.
Announced, yes. So
Yes.
around
So the poll
April, I
code
think,
would
was the
have been,
first phase.
underway.
April, I think April 10th or something like that was the first phase
but
of the election.
10th or 11th of March,
Yes.
I remember
Was
the
the
announcement
press
of
conference.
the
Yes.
elections had come in, which means immediately the Model
Yeah.
Code of Conduct comes
Was in
into play.
place.
And there were police officers with whom these cash amounts had been deposited. Let me get in our internal security editor, Nikunj Garg, on this. Nikunj, when the Model Code of Conduct is underway, and we are talking about 28th of March 2019, and money like 12.5 crores being deposited in a police officer and an IPS officer's custody, isn't that not just breach of service rules, it's also breach of election rules, and calls for huge action as far as this misdemeanor is concerned?
Well, Navika, these are Income Tax Department's findings of a probe. These are obviously contestable claims because the Congress party can contest with them in a court of law or the concerned officer. But as on date, on the back of this report, one thing is absolutely clear. 12.5 crore rupees in cash. First of all, that kind of money should have nothing to do with a civil servant. A civil servant keeping in his personal custody, which his own official residence would be construed as, is absolute violation of civil service conduct rules, various service rules, and of course the Model Code of Conduct. Now, there's a bigger problem here. Even if the IPS officer tomorrow comes around and says that he was not aware of this, as a police service officer, he should have actually informed the authorities. That is morally and ethically incumbent on an officer who has anything that is beyond the pale of the law and beyond the regular dealings that an officer can indulge in. That has not happened. Income Tax Department quite clearly alleges that the officer was actually a part of cartel which was dealing with the cash, and that these are their claims, and therefore the Congress party should have clarified to the department in the due course of process, like any other individual SSC does. Because a lot of people, remember, Navika, do get income tax notices on multiple occasions, and people do clarify and matters are closed forthwith. But in this case, on multiple occasions, according to the report and according to the department, Congress party has actually chosen to ignore and has shown quite a cavalier attitude about the entire matter.
We will come out with those details, very pointed details that are mentioned in this report. The focus right now, Navika, is on PV Sunil. PV Sunil is the individual who made these depositions in Akbar Road.
That's right. And depositing money in cash, money that has not been declared in the ledgers of the Congress party's account books, but which are received by the treasurer in the Congress office really raises questions. And in all of these, there are geographical tags of the tower location of
It's
how
all
two people
geolocated.
are meeting. Yes, and these are all certified documents of various cell phone companies, which are also enclosed in this, which clearly shows that the Income Tax Department, whenever it decides, is planning to make this an issue which could land up in courts, which is why these certified documents clearly show that the geolocations of all of these cash transactions will make for a case that is being prepared for by the Income Tax Department on the kind of money, and this money has been classified as unaccounted cash.
It says it right there, doesn't it? On
It says
the
it
cover of this particular
right
report.
there on the cover of this
Let's just
entire
hold that
report.
up because it's very important.
And
Can we
this
focus
report,
on
can
this?
we just focus
Yes.
on this part of the report? And it says Income Tax Department here, generation and use of unaccounted cash by Indian National Congress Party, dated 15th of October 2020. So this is the report that has been finalized by the Income Tax Department, and it has all the depositions of people who have either been raided or people who have given or received cash that has been traced by the Income
What
Tax
is very
Department.
important, viewers, is the use of the term unaccounted cash that the Income Tax Department is focusing on. In fact, they put it right on the cover of this report. It's unaccounted. This is not money that you would have declared and the income tax is assessing. This is not an assessment, this is an investigation, viewers, into unaccounted money, and money to the tune of 100 crore plus. I want to go straight across to Govind, who is outside Kamal Nath's residence. गोविंद, क्या हो रहा है वहां पर? आप थोड़ी देर पहले हमें बता रहे थे कि कमलनाथ साहब अंदर एक मीटिंग में हैं, व्यस्त हैं, क्या चल रहा है?
Absolutely, Rahul. This dossier reveals a lot suspective. और अभी जो मीटिंग चल रही है कमलनाथ के निवास पर, कुछ ही देर पहले हमने कॉन्फ्रंट किया कुछ कांग्रेस एक्स मिनिस्टर्स हैं, कमलनाथ के क्लोज ऐड हैं, उनसे कहा कि इस तरह की चीज़ें आईटी नोट में रिवील होकर आई हैं, जिसमें अनअकाउंटेड के कैश मोर देन 100 करोड़, जिसके बारे में छानबीन चल रही है, स्क्रूटनाइज किया जा रहा है, तमाम तथ्यों को खंगाला जा रहा है, जिसमें तमाम सस्पेक्टिव हैं वो ऐड कमलनाथ के क्लोज ऐड हो सकते हैं, क्योंकि जब आईटी रेट डेवलपमेंट का प्रोसेस चला था मध्य प्रदेश में, तो एक आईटी रेट का एक प्रोलॉन्ग ड्रामा वी हैव विटनेस्ड इन मध्य प्रदेश, वेयर नंबर ऑफ ऑफिसर्स, लीडर्स एंड बिग ब्रास लीडर्स ऑफ कांग्रेस पार्टी वर आल्सो सस्पेक्टेड इन दैट रेड। तो यहाँ अभी जो मीटिंग चल रही है वो तमाम कुछ पुराने मिनिस्टर्स हैं कांग्रेस पार्टी के, कमलनाथ के जो क्लोज सहयोगी
पहले
हैं, वो
रिपोर्ट की थी। मुझे याद है पोल्स के आसपास जब आपने वहां पर जाके पूछताछ की कमलनाथ साहब से एक प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में, उन्होंने क्या कहा था आपको थोड़ा हमें याद दिलाएं।
Yeah, I just remind that also that incidents in which I just put forward the question regarding the IT rate to the then CM of Madhya Pradesh Kamalnath, that कुछ टेप्स हैं जो आपके कक्कड़ जो विशेष सहयोगी हैं उनसे आपकी बातचीत का टेप सामने आया है, जिसमें बहुत से सस्पेक्टिव रिवीलमेंट हैं कैश को लेकर, 100 करोड़ कैश को लेकर। तब कमलनाथ ने कहा था कि ये सिर्फ सोची समझी साजिश है और जो सरकारी एजेंसीज हैं उनका इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है और मुझे टारगेट किया जा रहा है, इस तरह का कहा था कमलनाथ ने उस वक्त जब टाइम्स नाउ ने भरी प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में उनसे कॉन्फ्रंट करके ये सवाल किया था कि कुछ इस तरह के टेप सामने आ रहे हैं जिसमें आपके साथ आपके जो करीबी हैं मिस्टर कक्कड़, उनसे बातचीत
रिस्पॉन्स आया है जो कमलनाथ साहब के करीब में से हैं लोग, उन्होंने हमसे बातचीत की है टाइम्स नाउ से। केके मिश्रा साहब हैं, लेट्स लिसन इन टू व्हाट मिस्टर केके मिश्रा हैज टोल्ड अस on this particular news break, close aid of Mr. Kamal Nath reportedly.
मीटिंग नहीं है, हमारे लीडर बहुत दिनों में भोपाल आए हैं, दिल्ली प्रवास पर थे। आज कुछ लोगों से मुलाकात है, और मैं भी सौजन्य मुलाकात के लिए आया हूँ।
सर, आईटी रेट डेवलपमेंट को लेकर नए खुलासे हो रहे हैं और टाइम्स नाउ के हाथ एक 408 पेजेस का डॉसियर लगा है। उसमें ये खुलासा हुआ है कि एआईसीसी हेडक्वार्टर दिल्ली कैशियर के जरिए करीब 106 करोड़ रुपए कमलनाथ जी ने भेजे हुए हैं, कमलनाथ के यहाँ से गए हुए हैं। तो इसको लेकर
विधानसभा चुनाव में भी माननीय कमलनाथ जी भाजपा के टारगेट पे थे, आज भी हैं और उन सबका जवाब देंगे।
तो आपको लगता है कि ये जानबूझकर इस तरह की
पूरी तरह राजनीतिक आधार पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी हमारे सीनियर लीडर जो हमारे चेहरे हैं उनको बदनाम करने की कोशिश कर रही है। और
सर, इतनी बड़ी बड़ी एजेंसीज हैं, आईटी डिपार्टमेंट है, इतना जिम्मेदार महकमा है, तो इस तरह के खुलासे वहाँ से सामने आते हैं तो कहाँ सको शुबा की गुंजाइश रह जाती है।
यही भारतीय जनता पार्टी है जिसने बोफोर्स का आरोप राजीव गांधी जी पर लगाया था और 6 सरकारें आ गई, आज तक साबित नहीं कर पाए थे।
Well, obviously, Mr. Kamal Nath's aides and supporting minister are going to absolutely junk findings of the income tax department. But the income tax department here says about another police officer where he says that there are a number of bags that have been kept in his house. Now, this is the third police officer's name that I've taken out from this report where cash is kept in bags in the house of this police officer. And the income tax department says here, this is a common trait across all such huge payments. Number of bags is highlighted in most of them, and as we will see, and these bags are highlighted in the accounts that are maintained by the Congress's aides, Mr. Kamal Nath's aides and the Congress party's various people. And it says here, as we will see, 10 crore in a certain case is given to somebody, and it says over there, each bag contained 2.5 crore. So if 10 crore has to go to a certain individual's house, then 2.5 crore in each bag means 4 bags will be headed to a certain contestant or headed possibly to Delhi, where bags and bags of cash have been deposited, and that brings us to the question, Madhav, on the use of police personnel, IPS officers in storing cash, number one, and number two, if these bags are being stored in IPS officers' house, isn't this incumbent on agencies to now take action against all of those who have been named in this income tax report?
Well, absolutely. Certainly, of course, the kind and the nature of allegations that are now tumbling out of this report are extremely serious in nature. Not just, of course, is it entirely inappropriate, as Nikunj was telling us, for IPS officers to be holding such huge amounts of cash, but also they should have clearly disclosed the reasons, if at all, for such an incident taking place. That is question number one. Question number two is also the important point that was raised earlier, Navika, when you said that some of these IPS officers who have been quoted in this report, and as per the report, all of this cash was present during the time when the model code of conduct was actually effective. And this raises serious questions as to whether this would have any impact, or whether even the agencies that are responsible for running the elections, such as Election Commission, would take cognizance of. Of course, the election process is over, but certainly, of course, this raises some serious questions, not just of propriety, but also, of course, on the reason that these officers in the first place were holding such huge amounts of cash, as has been alleged in this entire report. So a lot really that will have to be done in terms of answerability, and also the kind of reactions of
very
various
serious allegations. Viewers, for all of you tuning in, we're going to come back right after this very short break. We're opening this up to reactions pouring in, and more details, viewers, as we build this story up. Remember, this is a 408-page IT report. So we're unspooling it at the top of every hour going into 9 o'clock. So do stay with us. When you come back, more details.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are bringing to you a big breaking story. This is the Income Tax Department's report on the raids that were conducted in Madhya Pradesh. And this is the record of the entire money unaccounted cash, as the income tax department calls it, that traveled from Madhya Pradesh to the AICC headquarters at 24 Akbar Road. In this, we are breaking to you now another name that comes up in this report. On page 243 of the report, there is a name which comes up, which is the name of Miss Vanilla Jain, Vikas Dhingra at W126 ground floor GK1, and his in-laws' house at Western Avenue Scenic Farms, which is the house of Miss Vanilla Jain, a close associate of Shri Kamal Nath, who happens to be sister-in-law of Vikas Dhingra. Now, this is a very important connection because Vikas Dhingra, and this report tracks his income tax returns for 7 years between 2012 right up to 2019, and his income varies between 7 lakhs per annum to about 16 lakh per annum, and in 2018-2019 it's only 4,10,000 rupees. Now, a man whose income is only this much, lives in GK1, has a sister-in-law who lives in Scenic Farms. She's been called in these findings by the income tax department as a close associate of Mr. Kamal Nath, and volume 2 of this entire report of the income tax department has the entire call detailed records of Miss Vanilla Jain. So crucial link of the money which the income tax is looking at between Vikas Dhingra, Kamal Nath is a name called Vanilla Jain, and that has been detailed right here in this entire report. And the statements of Vanilla Jain have also been recorded in the income tax questioning that has taken place. So another big detail that comes out, and the amounts that have been traced to a person called Mr. Vikas Dhingra in the code of Prakash Ji, about 72 crores of cash is looked at, which is with Prakash Ji, which is the code name of Vikas Dhingra. And during the search operations, Prakash Ji or alias Vikas Dhingra is in touch with Sunil PV. Now, this is the circuit that is appearing, and Vikas Dhingra happens to be somebody who is a brother-in-law of Vanilla Jain, a close associate of Kamal Nath. So this is how the circle becomes complete.
So you're saying that according to the income tax department, a close associate of Mr. Kamal Nath's brother-in-law is the person who is also seen to be supplying money to Mr. Sunil, who is the principal individual identified as the depositor of cash to the tune of 106 crores at Akbar Road. That's what you're saying now.
72 crores.
72
crores
yes,
in this case.
in one tranche.
Yes.
And there are, of course, a total amount of 106 crores that have ended up at the Congress headquarters. Okay, this is...
And then the next page, on page 259, it says Shri Vikas Dhingra, alias Prakash, is collecting monies under the supervision of the then Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh, Shri Kamal Nath. It is established from the following facts, and in the facts it says there is evidence of monitoring of Prakash code by Shri Praveen Kakkad and R.K. Miglani, who are close associates of Shri Kamal Nath. It says there is evidence in form of technical surveillance that Shri Kamal Nath supervised and sought information about Prakash code and Prakash account from Shri Praveen Kakkad. Shri Vikas Dhingra, who has used the alias of Prakash to collect monies, is relative of Miss Vanilla Jain, her brother-in-law, and Miss Vanilla Jain is also established to be close associate of Shri Kamal Nath. The relevant portion of Miss Vanilla Jain recorded on oath is given, and she says, I'm Vanilla Jain, my father names is Lieutenant Shri Lalit Kishore Jain, my residential address is in Scenic Farms, and I am producing my Aadhaar card. And then she goes on to say, yes, I acknowledge that the said message was sent to me. The said phone number belongs to Shri Kamal Nath, the incumbent Chief Minister of Madhya Pradesh. I did so because I knew neither the context nor the consequences of police trying to break into my house, and hence messaged him as I panicked. So when the police reached her house, she was in touch with Mr. Kamal Nath, and that is a huge disclosure that comes up in this income tax report.
Well, we leave it at that, viewers. Lots more coming up at the top of 8 on India Upfront. Stay with us. Don't go away.